What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we're back at it with another Black Clover official chapter reaction and review, and this is for chapter 322. Now, if you saw my videos about the leaks and spoilers, you already know this chapter is dope. Now, I didn't do a review on the fan translations, but I did want to do a reaction and review as far as for the official chapter, so that way we know exactly what Yuki Tabata meant to say. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, with notification bells on so you don't miss another Black Clover video, and also make sure to check out my top 5 Black Clover YouTubers to follow for Black History Month. There are 5 of my favorite Black Clover YouTubers that are all Black, so make sure to give them a subscribe and check them out. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, the vice captain of the Black Bulls, the official chapter, man. So it's like that first panel, you know, it's just like Asta staring forth as far as that battle ahead of them. And then we get some words. Those who can't fight should leave the battlefield. And then we get freaking knocked right next to Asta. You can barely stand right now, but I can do it, Asta says. Now, in a couple of my other videos, my last review, I was saying like the anti-magic that is going off of Asta, you know, I was just all like, well, it could be indication of a new power-up because Libe's knocked out. But, you know, after I saw a couple of reviews and people doing some breakdowns, I did realize, like, because of Asta's arm, that is still, that's an anti-magic arm, basically. It's a double arm. So that's why, even though Libe's knocked out, he still has the anti-magic. Now, in the next screen, you know, Nock does say, you know, Asta's anti-magic, we have nothing that could defeat Lucifero. Not on your own, you can't. We'll attack together, Nock tells Asta. And Asta's like, yes, sir. And then we get as far as where the battle commences, freaking Yuno and Marileona going in, like freaking, man, these attacks, I cannot wait to see this animated. Then we get this one dope panel where Lucifero is looking at Marileona. Marileona has this face, you know, and Yuno's like, none of our attacks get through. Taking even one of his hit would be lethal, but we can fight. And then they both attack freaking Lucifero, and this looks dope because they're both landing hits, but they're not effective. And then Lucifero has this irritated face. He's like, why must I deal with these insects? I want to end that brat. And then we get officially the second layer devil, Adramelic. Lucifero screams out to him, you fight these two. Adremelic's just all like, huh? Nah, I'll pass. And this makes Lucifero twitch. He's like, why you? And Adremelic's like, it's more fun to watch you fight, Lucifero. Ha 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 ha. And then freaking this ha is all Lucifero's face, and it's like blacked out, and Marileona comes in, not real popular, are you? And then we see this panel where it's just all like Marileona's like body is like fused with the mana to where you see it's not keeping its shape. And then Marileona says, my body's breaking up. And then Adramelic says, oh, things were just getting good. Maybe she got too close to mana. Human limits, And then Lucifero comes up and he's about to punch Marileona with the emphasis for her to die. And then we see Yuno using his conjunction spell to get her out of the way. And he takes the brunt of the hit with his sword. Now that's very, very interesting there, because Later on, what happens, we have to take that into consideration. He hit he went flying. Then we get this panel where Lucifero, he looks over towards where Asta was, but there goes that clock again. And Lucifero says the brat isn't there. Then we get, Nock comes out with the Devil Union mode, Canis and Equius. And he's got these two freaking like canines that grip Lucifero by his arms. And Lucifero's just all like, And then we see Asta come through. Now, Asta is being held by shadow magic, it looks like. Now there's a couple of things to take into consideration. The blade isn't wrapped with anti-magic. And then we get this quick scene where Nock's looking at what's about to happen, because Lucifero says pointless. And then Nock says, I'll stop. And then Nock looks up in shock, basically, and Lucifero's like, there you are, filthy brat. And he's looking at Asta, and Asta's just sitting up there like, oh snap. But then we get, as soon as Lucifero comes through, we see Nock get in front of Asta, and his shield is breaking down. And Asta's like, Vice Captain Nock, no. And you see freaking Lucifero coming in with the And then Nock says, so this is my limit. And then we get as far as his, shadow magic starting to go away. And Nock says, I'm on my way to you now, Morgan, to apologize. Then we see a black moon, and Nock shot. And we see a voice. We finally meet up again. And you pull this, Vice Captain, don't you dare go dying on me. And you see freaking Yami come into the fray. And the reason why I said to pay attention as far as getting hit, because I'm pretty sure the same force came at Nock and Asta, and Yami is blocking it with a sword that's made out of a tree. So we think there's a couple of things that it could be, but that's what it is showing, and that is where this chapter ends. And oh my goodness, there's a lot that's going on here. One of the things, an older video that I did, because I was just like, there's no way that Yami's just gonna be out. And I had posted this video about Yami's secret plan a couple of months ago, maybe even like a year ago. And then I placed another video about, can Yami achieve Saint Stage? Now, there's a lot of stuff to break down in this freaking chapter. One of them is the fact that we got Adramelic's name. Now, someone brought up a very good point on Lucifero's ranking system. Now, we were all told that Lucifero can control lower ranked demons and devils. And for Adramelic to sit up there and be like, nah, son, I'm good, and disobey the king of demons, I forgot who brought it up, but they had said that with Lucifero being at 50%, as far as the ranking system, Lucifero may be at this point full power Adramelic, or just a little bit above, because anyone else would probably be shaking in their boots, or at least worried about the ramifications of disobeying the Demon King. So that in particular was very, very important. Another thing is the dialogue that Adramelic says in regards to Mary Leona. They say maybe she got too close to Mana, human limits. And for someone like Mariona who pushes past beyond what is even capable for a human, and we've heard it all throughout, Mariona's presence in the Black Clover series. So that was very, very interesting. Another thing is, of course, being hit in spirit mode or saint mode and getting completely knocked out, blocking it with his sword, and not having the power to still withstand. The other part, which I think I want to do like a move list of certain characters, because I want to personally go through each of Nock's moves, because they're all really, really dope, and then do several other people's as well. So Devil Union mode, Nock was super fire. Nock using Asta like the same way Vanessa was using Asta when it was the Seabed Temple arc with her Threads of Fate and he had his broken arms and stuff. So this is very, very interesting. The other interesting thing is, despite the anti-magic that is radiating off of him, with him gripping the sword, the katana, it's not filled with anti-magic, which is very, very interesting. So that's why I said before, if Libe's knocked out, then is he going to be able to use anti-magic? So it's just like, even if Asta was able to land a hit, was it an anti-magic hit or just a regular sword hit? So, that's a lot of what, I'm looking at with that. Or maybe he has the weight into a specific moment to shroud it in anti-magic, because I think at some point I did see the sword turn black. Was it this one? No, it's still as is. So that was very, very interesting. But the main highlight, I gotta say, the main highlight has got to be the return of Captain Yami. Now, a lot of people are in the community are like, how did he get healed? I heard that there was a possibility of, because several of the Black Bulls, they could have done it, whether that had been Charmy to be able to regain his mana, Gray to, fix the cracks or to transmute, or, I don't even think she would need to like transmute the tree into a sword or anything like that. I think that William may be able to just create that, but if not, then yeah, her making that would have been dope. We haven't seen Sekri, and she has ceilings, because we don't see the cracks. We don't see his cracks anymore. Pause. And so that is very, very interesting. The sword, everybody's just all like, because it's from a tree, boom, that's William. But what if it could have been something that Charlotte created, which hers is more of a whip than the sword, but who knows? Another thing is, what if Charlotte could have also healed him as well, contributed to, or even William? If William happened to be able to heal Yami, then he might have been able to heal a lot of other people too. So my main thing is, where's Black Bulls? Where's William? Also, there's several people who we haven't seen in a minute, like Fergolian's younger brother, Leopold. Where's he at? Where's Noel? We haven't seen Noel. Yeah, there's several key players that I'm just all like, where are they at? Now, there's a lot of speculation that this could be how Yami dies. Me personally, as Yami being one of my favorite characters of Black Clover, I don't want him to die. Yes, it would be good storytelling, as far as to level up Asta, But at the same token, I feel like there's other ways to do that. For one, you know, there's a lot about where Yuno's from. And of course, it could be something like taking Yami's body back to his homeland, you know, different things like that. But with no one but Yami that we know of to, you know, well, where would they go? They would be completely lost, you know? So I'm not saying that they couldn't be able to, you know, find out something, but at the same token, I don't think that he will die. There's something about Doc just wanted to freaking die all the time, to where I'm just all like, I don't think that Doc's gonna die anytime soon. Really, the one person that it could really impact the entirety of the show, I mean, honestly, would be William. Despite the fan popularity as far as William, and the story popularity, William is really popular, you know, so it could definitely hit hard, you know. Yeah, I'm just processing. Like, I'm just looking at this, and I'm just all like, another thing that it makes me think of is with both Yami and William being a part of the advent to bring out Lucifero, and them potentially, especially Yami coming back, it would be dope to see a Yami and William, both arcane stage mages, go against Lucifero, and if that would do anything. Now, again, we have to look at the fact that Yami is, if I'm not mistaken, the strongest human that is in Black Clover. So yeah, even though, you know, even though Yuno went flying when Lucifero punched him, Yami is a lot stronger physically and magically than Yuno, in my opinion. And so seeing him stand after a hit like that with a tree, there's a lot that's going on here. But that's all I wanted to get into. This is Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. Let me know, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Are we gonna see, you know, some William and Yami versus Lucifero stuff? Like, what are we gonna, you know, see? I may do another video just doing the potential power-ups and new power that Yami could have. But other than that, make sure to hit a like, make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop another video. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to check out my new album, Earthship, and my cannabis-themed manga-style comic, The Most Random Manga Ever. Link will be in the description. Peace.
For the return to fall. Maybe I should be asleep, but these full moon vibes got me in the deep. Emotional roller coaster strapped in my seat, ready for a trip to find what I seek. Passing through the galaxy into my office, translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the solo, it's a boss.